Hello everybody, and thank you as always for watching my video. Today I have something that I think is extremely cool and unique. For those of you who like Middle Eastern stuff, like Lawrence of Arabia type era, this here I bought at auction for $15. Cost me about $30 altogether, but they were selling this as a Southwestern cartridge belt, which of course really doesn't make any sense at all to say something like that, because only in Mexico would you see something to this degree where you see bullets hanging out of the pouch. And but the reason I think they were calling it that is because of these little designs, which pretty much look like flowers. But for those of you who have done any kind of studying of uniforms and impressions for you reenactors like myself, you might have looked up some of the bandoliers, like say for example that Omar Sharif was wearing in Lawrence of Arabia, the movie, and there are plenty of pictures of him wearing those bandoliers, and there are other pictures of original actual photos of a few guys wearing those same bandoliers. Now what he has on as a bandolier is not this one. It's very similar to this one, but what he has on is a model 1908 Turkish bandolier. Okay, and as I'm looking through the pictures on the internet, black and white, I stumble upon some pictures where you see those bandoliers, but then you also see the Bedouins having this around their waist, and I'm like, are they using those Turkish bandoliers as waist belts? I wonder. But at the same time, I would also see double buckles on those black and white pictures, and I said, that's kind of interesting, very interesting. And in some pictures, you can actually see that they do decorate their equipment, even their sword hangers, with these sort of they're like rivets, as you can see, are studs. Okay, you can see how they're pressed on. These are different colors, of course, but you can see how they actually do that. And you gotta look really close at these pictures. And I just kept wondering, what are they wearing? What is bandoliers around your waist? Okay, because I've seen that in Mexico during the Revolution, but it turns out that they actually had something specific like this, which is probably like more of a homemade thing, because this right here is completely useless as far as a military thing. This is useless. There's no point to that. And of course, these decorations, you could do that whether you made it yourself or you captured this equipment. But as you can see, it splits off on the back. This is on the back side of your this is the front. Okay, now this doesn't actually fit me. Okay, we're fatter now, right? Let's admit it, we're fatter. Now, I wanted to show you, before I show you the bullets, something very special about those. I wanted to just show you how it's made. A friend of mine who sells in a lot of this kind of stuff, he thought maybe this is a movie prop, because it doesn't look like it's 100 years old. But it doesn't have to be 100 years old. It could be from the 40s, even 50s. Okay, because I know even then I've seen some pictures where you could still see that they have these traditional. This is like a traditional type of ammunition belt. But as you can see, the bottom part here, where the bullet tips actually go, is hand stitched. And so it's not sewn on. And these here are split rivets, and they look really old. Okay, that's those silver ones right there. Those are split rivets. And this part here is not the back of the belt per se. It is an extra piece. You can see how, just to make this part, instead of being the rough side of this belt here, they made this part here to make it nice and smoother and sort of much fancier. So there's too much work in this to be a movie prop. I have Mexican bandoliers, originals from maybe the 30s, that actually have this same sort of leather backing to make it a little bit more fancy. Now the same backing, they have it on this one. See, as you can see, it's splitting right here. So just to make it fancier. Look at the from age. Pretty cool. So, in any case, and the fine little stitching there with the sewing machine. Very, very thin, very thin threading. And so that's why I don't think this was a movie prop. It's far too fancy for a movie prop. I've got movie prop stuff, and it's just cheap as shit, garbage, plasticky and cheap leather, and nothing fancy like this. So, in any case, I do wonder if it really is that old from World War One era, because if you know Turkish rifles, what did the Turkish rifles have during World War One that they didn't have by the 1930s? Different caliber rifle ammunition. This is an 8mm Mauser with the Mauser stripper clip. This is the 7.65 by 53. Oops, 52, 54. Shit, I forget. Argentine. This is the Argentine, what we call the Argentine ammunition. Remember, the 1890, 93, and the 1903 Turkish Mausers all were using what we now call the Argentine rounds, 7.65 by 53. They were not using at that period the 8mm Mauser until the 1930s big old hoopla conversion. Remember that. Now, when you put these in here, now this is the original stripper clips that they had for the 90 and 93s, and then like I said, this is the later version of the German style stripper clip with those three little nubs, quite a bit different than this original stripper clip. Now, if you've ever had these, you'll know that you put the bullet just in this configuration like this, and this actually fits perfectly. Right? It fits perfectly. So this is telling me that this was not made for 8mm Mauser. Okay, I did have to soften it up a bit. Okay, and as I'm trying to put on the 8mm one, it just will not fit. It's too big. This one already, the 7.65, was already snug, quite snug, and actually you saw me struggling to get it out. This right here, it just won't fit because it tapers later down the cartridge than the Argentine. It just really won't fit, and I'm not gonna push it. You can see it's just sticking out. That's as far as it goes. Right? So this is why I'm thinking that this is a World War One era. See, use both hands. World War One era bandolier. And as you can see, the 7.65 and the 8mm Mauser are quite different. 8mm Mauser is quite big. So in any case, folks, just thought I'd share this one. Pretty cool. $30 altogether. Gotta make one for chubby me. But as always, I talk a big game, but there's a lot of work. It's a lot of hand. I've done this before. It's a lot of work. Anyway, folks, I just thought I'd share for those of you who like Lawrence of Arabia stuff. If you keep looking for stuff, maybe you won't find it. $15. Can you believe that? $15 on an auction, and $30 with altogether taxes and shipping. All right. Thank you very much. If you disagree with me, let me know. As I said, this was being sold as a Southwestern cartridge belt. Just because they had all these flowery thingies, somebody considered it a Southwestern belt. But no, I'm going to say it. This is a Bedouin style cartridge belt with suspenders. Okay, not a bandolier. All right, thanks.